Hello, happy remote learning day. In this little presentation, we're going to look at igneous rocks as a follow-up to what we did on Monday, and just kind of re-emphasize or reinforce some of the concepts. Something actually we haven't talked about is igneous comes from, let me see if I can do this. Ooh. And we won't worry about it. We'll just go back to this. Igneous comes from the word fire. Okay, so that might be where it comes from if you see this right here. So deep below Earth's surface, it gets hot enough to melt rock. So think about how hot that would be. So igneous rock is formed from melted rock. And right here you see the lava erupting from a volcano in Costa Rica. So as we've talked a lot, magma is found deep inside the earth where it's hot enough to melt the rock. And this is a term from last fall. It is less dense, okay? So things that are less dense float to the top. So it rises towards the surface. And as we've been over a lot, okay, there are two types, two varieties, intrusive and extrusive. El Capitan, which you've ever have had the opportunity to go to Yosemite National Park, one of our leading national parks in the United States. It is an intrusive rock formation, okay, that has finally risen up from the ground. Intrusive rock, again, is magma that cools before it reaches Earth's surface. And it cools slowly because it is surrounded by other rocks, so that allows it to cool slowly. Again, we've talked about this a lot, but I need to reinforce it. Since intrusive rock cools slowly, the crystals have time to grow. And that's why intrusive rock, probably one of the most common, granite, have larger crystals. So you can see them in that close-up. So when hot magma explodes out and it erupts, as it's doing here, then that is called lava. And lava will cool and harden, and then as we know, or hopefully we know, it becomes extrusive igneous rock. So when this happens and it cools very quickly, different rocks can form. This is obsidian. We've seen pictures of that, okay? And that it's also kind of called volcanic glass, which is kind of descriptive. And this formed from an eruption of a volcano in Oregon. Again, as we've talked, the cooled extrusive rock has smaller crystals because they've not had time to grow. And they're usually smoother, have a smoother texture. Remember, we've talked about texture this week. And they are fine-grained, small pieces. You can't see them. Sorry, didn't mean to look away, had a dog interruption. Basalt, which is extrusive, is the most common igneous rock in the solar system. Little hint, that's one of your questions. Basalt is the most common igneous rock. Cools quickly, and most of Earth's surface, believe it or not, is composed of basalt. So that is good to know. And here are some examples of igneous rock. Again, granite being common. You might have that in your house, in your countertops of some sort. And then this is what's called basalt, which we've talked about, most common rock on Earth's surface. And then we are back around. So good luck on your questions. As always, if you need me, let me know. Have a good one.